So what we'd like to do is one, say welcome. We've all done this school search thing. We know how overwhelmed you are. We will aim to tell you a little bit more about our school tonight. We want to give you an overview and then give you a chance to ask each of us things. We'd like to let you know about our learning programs, starting with our philosophy. And our philosophy is pretty simple. We aim to provide safe, nurturing, flexible, responsive learning environments. Our goal is to help promote kids' social development, emotional development, cognitive development, physical development, and creative development. And we know that the best way to do that is to give them as many experiences as possible. We aim to teach them in the way that we know children's brains learn. This is really cool because, you know, we're old. When we started out, we said to people, so we teach the way our hearts tell us to. And along the way, they started being able to do brain research without waiting for the brain to be out of someone's body, which is much more convenient. And now we can say the research backs up what we're doing for children, and we are teaching the way their brains learn.
Yes, our classrooms are rich with new experiences. They're alive with possibilities, and they allow children the time and freedom necessary to explore ideas and construct meaning.
And our emergent curriculum provides children with opportunities for playful inquiry, active exploration of diverse materials and experiences, authentic language and literacy experiences, and experiences in developing self-regulation and collaborative problem solving.
Oh, that page turning thing is cool. And so the special sauce in co-ops is the parents, you all. If we were alone in the classroom, we couldn't do the things that we can do. When we have enough adults, we have a teaching team that can offer kids a much wider range of experiences and kinds of things to do. One or two teachers can't do that on their own. We can do in-depth projects. We can provide them a richer array of choices. We can give them a wider range of activities and experiences. We have time to help a couple of kids work through problem solving. We have time to help somebody deal with having a hard day. And because of you, because we have a large teaching team, we can do it. And we can support a child who needs it. We can take care of everybody.
Yeah, you are much more than a volunteer. During your teaching days, you'll work alongside us teachers, and you'll be guiding children through maybe an art activity or an obstacle course, maybe a literacy activity or a science experience. And we can do that because we are supporting those kids as a learning teaching team.
So it's a wonderful, rich program because of your presence. And the co-op model is a really thoroughly engaged model for the parents and the teachers. We work as a team together in the classrooms.
We want to let you know a little bit about what happens throughout the program. So throughout our classes, you'll see many of the same materials, but they'll be used by children for several years in different ways, depending on where the kids are developmentally. You'll see them using things very differently at each point of development. And the teachers work and plan together between us for that continuity. And we also get to be responsive to our own classes individually, which is an amazing balance. For instance, you'll see Play-Doh in every classroom. Our youngest children might be just exploring the dough for texture. The older children might begin to create and hone their use of tools. The oldest children are going to create more complicated things, work together, make things that they will use in their play, as they're building the motor coordination that's going to help them with holding pencils and writing. All through the curriculum, you'll see that kids can grow and learn because they're able to meet things the place that they are and move to the next step.
So literacy is another common thread throughout our program. And it's an important area of that child growth in preschool and kindergarten. All of us use books and conversations and pencils and language games, but the children experience it very differently at their different stages and in different classrooms. So for the youngest children, the emphasis is obviously on oral language, and we talk a lot. We develop a love of books and that first familiarity with the tools of communication. The children learn to talk to each other, and we teach them to listen to each other as well. We expose them to rich vocabulary. We enjoy sharing stories and songs. We document their words and ideas as they arise. And we show them that writing language conveys ideas. And of course, there's always a writing center that is available with pencils and crayons and scissors and tape and lots of other materials for the children to play with and learn with.
So Justine and Laura are building the foundations for kids learning to read and write. And in kindergarten, we are authors and illustrators. We write our own stories. We publish our books and writing workshop. And in reading, the children learn to become proficient readers. They learn reading strategies and high frequency words. They read for enjoyment and for information. And they develop oral language through play.
Another really key part of the program for us, well, there are about 1 million, but we had to pick a few things to tell you tonight because there's just not time. Conflict resolution is one of the things that we do and we take very seriously because it's a skill kids need for life. And our conflict resolution curriculum involves peer-to-peer problem solving and critical thinking for the children. This is a really important part of our program, and it extends from our very youngest kiddos to our oldest. With our youngest, we're building a foundation of skills. The grown-up is helping a lot. And we're giving them the skills that are going to be necessary to succeed in school and with each other. We validate the children's needs. We help them understand each other's. We balance learning about their own needs with learning about other people's needs. And we learn that our ideas are powerful and that our ideas can help solve problems around us for ourselves and others.
So as our students get older, they get more proficient at problem solving, but they often still need adult support, especially reminders about sharing and everyone being allowed to play. But they're often all able to come up with ideas about how to resolve conflicts on their own. And they're better able to compromise with their peers. But adult follow through is still very important at this stage.
And children who attend all 3 years at our school become very, very proficient in conflict resolution. And they also become independent at going through the steps. The feedback we hear from teachers when our kids move on to big schools is that kids from CHKP are empathetic problem solvers and classroom leaders.
You should say that the grown-ups learn too. I had a parent.
Grown-ups learn too.
Yeah, I had a parent who was volunteering at her older kids' school, and they said, "So you must have a career where you've been trained in conflict resolution skills." And she said, "No, I went to co-op preschool." Our children are active learners. Research shows this. Again, we don't have to say just my heart. My heart does, but the research backs it up. Children don't learn by being passively receiving information. Children learn by constructing their own meaning, by interacting physically, cognitively, socially, and emotionally with the materials in front of them. That's how brains develop.
Children need opportunities to observe and to experiment, to build upon their interests and new understandings.
And through those opportunities, children are forming their own hypotheses. They're trying out a variety of strategies and techniques, and they formulate new questions from those experiences.